Hey, Pipe Pants, look back to Carl Cruz MMA today. We got a fun one for you. We got a top prospect for you, one of the top prospects in the lightweight division right now, getting ready, returning to LFA 219. He is Mr. Dzhamal Mavliudov. Jamal, what's up, my friend? How are you?
Going on? Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. You know, really making a big name on the regional scene. Already some great performances out there, some great performances in LFA. One thing about you, man, you're nothing but entertainment. The way you go out there, you fight, you're always looking for the finish. Oh, camera goes down, we're back. Uh, when you pick up the mic, I mean, you're dropping promos, you're great on the mic. I mean, you're really going to be a fan favorite if you're not already, in my opinion. But how much pride do you take on the way you fight, man?
Man, it takes a lot. Honestly, it takes a lot, and I just put everything I have, and I feel like I always had this in my head. Fight never ends after fight. After you ring the bell, after you won, after you top him, after you knock him out, you still get another fight with the mic. So it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute to learn how it is, and I think I'm doing great. I think I'm on the right track. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. You know, there's so many people watching this sport in this day and age. I mean, the UFC almost every single weekend. You have all these great regional shows. You got bare knuckle, chronic combats, PFL. You have so much in MMA right now. It's crazy. Very few people understand what it's like to be a professional fighter. You know, when you're fighting on the regional scene, you're not making Conor McGregor money quite yet. A lot of guys have to have a 9 to 5 job. You sleep, you stay up very late, you wake up really early, you miss birthdays, weddings, Thanksgivings, dinners. It's hard to have a wife or a girlfriend. You know, it's hard to have kids. Your whole life is consumed of trying to make it to the next level. You know, you're in the process of doing it. You're off to a great start so far. But what's made you want to keep on and stick through this journey?
You know, uh, I've said this before and I said this again. When I just started, I wasn't really planning to go pro and like fighting it as a professional. I just started because I love it. I used to play soccer back then, and I just realized that I'm not a team guy at all. I hate team up with someone. And I'm like, let me just try it. MMA is good. Some of my family members been doing that before. I'm like, okay, I'll just try this. And and yeah, and I just, man, time goes, and I just fell in love with it. And at some point, I moved to America a few years ago, and I'm like, and honestly, I was like, okay, life here is tough. It's not easy, and I started working this and that, and my uncle took care of me, and I'm like, why don't I just go and keep going, fighting as a professional? And I just started, man, and it just goes really well. And I always say this: I'm already deep in the water, halfway in the ocean. It's either I go back or I go forward. It's gonna take about the same time, but I already know what's there, but I don't know what's there. So I always say this to myself every morning when I woke up and I don't want to do anything. I'm just like, dude, you're literally halfway in the ocean. Let's just go back. Let's just go forward and see how is it, and see what's there.
Absolutely. So you train over at a great gym, train American Top Team over in Portland. What brought you to them?
Uh, my family, when I moved here, my uncle from my mom's side and my grandma, my grandparents, they live here for like 20 years, 18 years, something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, I literally, I moved here just because of them. My dad, I moved here when I just turned 18. And yeah, and I moved here, and I was planning to go to Florida, honestly, um, to a head quest. And my dad literally called me, and he was like, "No, there's no fucking way you're going somewhere else. You're gonna go and be under your uncle's control." So I was like, "Okay, whatever. It's not too bad, also." So yeah, just the main reason was because of my family's here. That's it.
Absolutely. You know, some big names obviously linked to that Portland location. You have Ricky Simone, Chael Sonnen known to be out there, Ed Herman, Paige Van Zandt's been out there. What's it been like trying to training with some of these guys who've been there and done it?
Man, dude, it's a great experience. I can't even, I don't even have words. Back then I couldn't even imagine I'm gonna be a sparring partner with Ricky Simone. I was like, what? Are you serious? But nowadays it's just, and they give me a lot, they give me a lot. We have way more names, like Brett Primus, Sarek Shields just got signed to PFL. Yeah, we have Tyson Nam. A lot of time he's around. Like we have a lot of great names, a lot of big UFC fighters, and it just makes me so much more motivated. And I'm like, it makes me keep going.
One thing that's really cool to when you watch a fight, obviously, you're going for the finish. You're a very entertaining fighter. You're a very well-rounded mixed martial artist, and it's kind of crazy to think you've only been doing MMA for 3 years because, you've showed that you got the wrestling, you got the jiu-jitsu, you also got the power with the hands, man. At what point in this journey where you really start thinking, if I want to do this seriously, if I want to try to take this next level, I need to be as well-rounded as possible?
Honestly, I feel like it just happened out of nowhere. I can't even name the time of my life when I was like, yeah, this is something that I'm gonna do as a professional. It's just I moved here and I was fighting amateur for a first, I feel like a year and a half or something. And I was like, I was fighting as an amateur. Not a big deal. I enjoy it. My people here enjoy it. They come in with me, just enjoying fights and then after parties. And man, literally, I just couldn't fight pro. It was very tough to find me matchups as an amateur. So even Chael Sonnen had to make calls, and post on his Twitter. I don't know if you've seen this. He posted a lot about me. He's like, "Hey, this guy, I'm trying to find a matchup, this and that." And I fought Josh Ramirez. It was my last amateur fight, and this motherfucker was tough. He was like 5-0 at the moment. He was D1, 3 times All American. He was number one in Topology in US, and I beat him. And literally 2 days later, my paperwork arrived to my house, so I was legal to fight pro. And my manager literally called me, and he's like, "Dude, why don't we just start pro?" And I'm like, fuck it. I love this. I love what I'm doing, so I'm just like, let's do it. And we started doing pro, and yeah, this is when I realized this is when I realized I'm like, yeah, now this is my job. This is not just a hobby.
Absolutely. So your last time out, LFA, wonderful performance. You fought LFA 214 earlier in August. You took out Gwaltney there in the first round, man. Looking back at it now, what do you make of the performance?
Dude, honestly, I feel like I was in a great shape and my everything was just right there. After weightings, I came up to my family and I'm like, dude, tomorrow night you guys gonna see Dzhamal 2.0. And uh I think I showed everything, but I still, like I said, I have secret weapons that I won't show right now. I don't really need to. I can use my basic, and we're doing well. So yeah, I didn't even use 100% of me, but I think I did. I think I did good job. I think I did enough. And I showed some striking, I showed some grappling experience, wrestling defense, whatever people were questioning. I think I answered all the questions. Fucking Tristan, I forgot his last name. A black belt in jiu-jitsu, good wrestling base. He has fucking tough chin, man. After just 2 knees I landed on him, I was like, wow, this guy actually really strong. I was kind of confused at the beginning. I'm like, okay, how am I finishing this guy? I don't want to get it to the ground. I don't want to grapple with him. Why? I mean, I didn't mind to grapple him, but I was like, I'm doing one striking, and people like knockouts. So yeah, I feel like I did good against a high level guy. He was 4-0 at the moment, black belt in jiu-jitsu. I didn't let him do anything on the ground. So I would say 9 out of 10, but always space to improve.
Absolutely. Your game right now, your third bout, and I think about 6 months right now. You're staying very, very active. Has this been the big plan for you? Are you trying to stay as active as possible right now?
Yeah, yeah. As soon as I turned pro, I was like, hey, we couldn't be really active in amateur career because it was super tough to find matchups. Usually short notice, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And I was like, hey, okay, I have one thing. If I'm turning pro, I want you to guys promise me that I'm gonna fight actively, so I don't have to worry about side jobs. At this point of my career, I don't work. I have no job. My uncle takes care of me. I live in this little room right here. It's all I need. And yeah, and my management, they doing a really good job. I got signed with LFA, and they're keeping me very very busy. And I'll tell you that I'm planning to win this fight quick and then hop on the next one right away. Because my plan was to do at least 4 fights this year. This is my third one, and there's still enough time for fourth one. So yeah, let's see. I'm planning to stay busy. I'm only 21 years old. Why not? I don't see why not.
So you're taking on Sanders here coming up. You're taking on a guy who's been in the PFL, 9-5 record, a guy with a bunch of experience here. Overall, what do you think of him as an opponent?
Man, he's honestly, he's one of those guys who's tough, but he didn't make it. There's a lot of guys that I can name. They're like his record is good. He's 9-5. He's winning. He has winning record. He's actually way better fighter than his record. Like he does. I feel like it's a good matchup for me. It's tough, definitely. We're not gonna lowball him. We're gonna get ready for anything. And yeah, I mean he's tough. He's PFL vet. It's a big name for me. I love it, man. I'm so excited. Because it's been tough lately with the fights. Also, even in the pro, I'm 6-0 right now. All 6 finishes. I have 5 finishes in the first round, 1 in the second round. And yeah, it's been kind of hard to find me a matchup. But this guy, he took it, and I really, really respect that. But he's tough. He's tough for sure.
Right now, we're in what I call contender season. For the past 8 weeks, been the Dana White Contender Series. When you look at the show, obviously fighting for a UFC contract, a lot of guys on there: 8-0, 7-0, 6-0, 9-1. We're in that frame right now. Have you been paying attention to it this season? Have you been following the Contender at all?
Yeah, I've been watching Contender for sure. Dude, literally, all I can say is just put me in whenever. I'm always ready. I told my management. I think they already had a conversation with them. And I was like, hey, anytime I'm ready for any short notices. I don't see anyone at this point in a Contender Series who I cannot beat. They're not like, I'm not trying to talk shit about them, but they're not excited as me. They're not talking as me. They're not fighting as me. So I don't see why not, man. But I'm taking my time. Also, I'm not in a rush. I'm not jumping around and be like, yeah, sign me, sign me. I'm like, okay, whatever. If you guys need me, I'm always available. If not, then I mean, I'm not. I'm taking my time. Any short notice, I already said my word. I'm gonna be ready.
Absolutely. For you, Dzhamal, what's the ultimate goal, man? What do you want to accomplish with this sport?
I just want to be number one, prove it that I'm the best. I just want to get to UFC, get my belt, and prove it to all the people that never believed in me, and be like, hey, right here, I actually can do that. Yeah, I mean, just be number one. That's all I want.
Absolutely. In today's day and age, so many people are watching this stuff, man. I mean, way more people now than it was 10 years ago. And now we got a term called the casual fan. These are the fans who may not be die-hards, but they love knockouts. They love excitement. They like the talking. You're a guy. I mean, you check all those boxes.
Of course.
Do you think you're going to play up to these casuals, become a big fan favorite here?
I think so. I think this is, like I said, this is part of my job. I have to be interesting when I'm fighting and interesting out of fighting. Because fight never ends after you leave the cage. This is actually the second part of your fight. You have to be interesting. You have to be people. Dude, let's be honest. A lot of people, they have no clue what's going on in a cage. They're like, oh, big overhand he won. Oh, big knee he won. That's it. That's all they know. They don't really know skill wise. How good you are. But what people like, what I always try to explain this to my family because everybody's making fun of me. They're like, what the hell are you even talking about on the mic? I'm like, dude, listen, look at the crowd. Some bunch of drunk people watching fights. What they want blood, and they want to make fun of something. They want to laugh. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting blood in the cage, and I'm making them laugh after in my interviews. That's how it is. That's how I see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it works good for me.
Absolutely. Obviously, you're associated with one guy who's one of the best trash talkers ever, Chael Sonnen. Have you received any maybe like coaching or tips on maybe some mic work with him?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I got a lot from Chael. I won't do as well as he did, but I got a lot from Chael for sure. How do you practice interviews? What do you say? And man, I'm just telling you guys, every day, every time, every fight, I'm just gonna do better and better and better and better.
Absolutely. Do you obviously, he said some great one-liners throughout his career. Do you have a personal favorite? Anything that he said for you that sticks out number one?
Oh man, I just can't literally. It's not gonna leave my head before I say this probably. Dude, every time when Chael wins fight, he's like, and someone asks him a question, no, let me ask you a question. That this is something that cannot leave my head. I always think about this, and I'm like, next time I'm gonna say this.
Absolutely. We talked about the casual fans, and I think every fan is good for the sport, but sometimes now we're in the arena, you might hear twist them in the what, you might see some crazy stuff online, hear some crazy stuff. For you, man, is this just part of the sport? You kind of just try to have fun with it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, if you actually a professional, you have to understand that this is just a game, nothing personal. Like, I'm actually a really nice and respectful guy. I won't talk shit about someone out of cage. And when it comes to personal things, I would never say anything bad, but it's a game, We both have to understand that this is something that we cannot be mad about.
Absolutely, man. It's absolutely insane, man. You're only 21 years old, 6-0, looking to go 7-0 as a pro. You're starting to get attention from the big mainstream MMA community here that you're a top prospect. Are you surprised it's happened so quickly for you?
Well, no. Why am I going to be surprised? I'm not talented at all. I have zero talent, literally zero talent. When I started doing this, I was weak. I couldn't even do one push-up. Like, I was probably the weakest guy in the gym. And I always said this. All I have right now and all I'm gonna have in the future, this is all because I work hard. This is all because I imagined this in my head and I'm like, this is gonna happen to me. So why am I gonna be surprised? I just know this is gonna happen and I know what's gonna happen next month and a year later. And I will say this: only God can stop me. When nothing else, I'm just gonna keep grinding and fighting, and that's it.
Do you think fighting is more mental than it is physical?
Yes, confidently I can say this. I've said this in previous other interviews. Um, maybe my grappling is here, my wrestling is here, my cardio is here, my striking is here, but my mental game is right there. I feel like I have one of the strongest mental game in this MMA world. You just, dude, it's like a chess, you have to play. You can't just be like, oh, I'm strong but I'm dumb. This is not gonna work. You can be weak and smart, but you cannot be strong and dumb. So I think, yeah, my mental game on a highest level. It's my highest skill that I have right now.
You mentioned a few minutes ago, fight fans, they see it from one aspect. Maybe they see the knockouts, they like the entertainment aspect from it. And I feel like a lot of fight fans understand that you guys are trying to get fights, get bigger fights, win belts, go to the UFC, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like very few people see the fight outside of the fight. And to me, that's the fight not to have to clock in at 9 o'clock in the morning, clock out at 5 o'clock. That's the fight to live life on your terms. Don't follow societal norms, build an audience, create a message, live the world, live life your own way. For you, has this been a big part of the journey, Dzhamal?
Say it again. What was your last
Has
question?
this been a big part of your journey?
Yes, 100%, man. Dude, literally, my dad keeps saying this till nowadays. You cannot do anything else in this life but fighting. So please stick with fighting and do fucking well. Do 101% of it. And literally, not too long ago, a few days ago, my uncle mentioned this too. He was like, "Bro, I'm fucking shocked, but you can't do anything else. Fucking fighting." And I'm like, and I say this to myself: I can't work 9 to 5. I can't. It's just not for me. Probably this is something that I'm going to do forever till I die, fighting. And this is something that I enjoy. And this is something that I feel like I was made for. So yeah, 9 to 5 for me, never ever.
Absolutely. Before we wrap up here, I want to go through some big fights and I want your prediction to see who's going to win some of these big UFC matchups coming up. So we got Mavliudov putting that title on the line, taking on Corey Sandhagen. What happens there?
Good. This is fucking toughest question for me because Corey Sandhagen is one of my favorite fighters. I enjoy so much watching Corey, but it's Merab, man. There's I don't even have to say anything. You just know, it's Merab. It's cardio machine. I think Merab by unanimous decision, 100%.
The main event of that night's a banger too. It's a big rematch for that 205 title. And Ankalaev putting the belts on the line against Pereira. Who wins it the second time around?
Saying anything, my boy Ankalaev for sure.
Absolutely. So we got a big heavyweight one that got announced for October. Tom Aspinall putting the title on the line against Cyril Gane. Who wins that one?
Dude, honestly, when I'm looking at Tom Aspinall, I'm like, this guy's it's me. It's literally it. He is just like me. Has zero talent, hard worker, young, smart, good mental game, and of course, I'm gonna stick with Tom for sure. I feel like he's the next champion.
Absolutely. All right, last one here. We got big New York card. Jack Della Maddalena putting that 170 strap on the line. Makachev coming up. Who wins it?
I think you know. I think you know how I'm picking. It's Islam all day long. No matter who, no matter what, that's Islam. Islam Makachev, really good. I enjoy a lot watching his fights. His mental games is high, and he's one of the hard workers I've ever seen. Never had a chance to train with them, but I met them in person, and really good, really nice people. You know, I can freely call them my people, and they're really nice. And I see this guy, the champion, 170. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I don't see. I'm not talking shit about GDM. He's good. He's good. No problem. But it's Islam. It's Islam Makhachev. It's a different level.
You know, you belong in that 155 division, a division that's been like one of the top divisions of MMA for so long now. I mean, obviously Islam in there, so many big names in there over the years. Does that excite you knowing that you're going to be finding some of the best competition the sport has to offer?
100%, 101%. Dude. It's literally, it's so much. It's just I don't even have words to explain that, but it's super exciting, you know, because dude, you can be 125 world champion. And what? Like people just gonna be like, 125, there's no names. But if you're gonna be fucking 155 world champion, they're gonna be like, this guy is something, you know? This is what I like. I like when people look at me and I don't even have to say anything. I just have to show them who I am really, you know? And I feel like there's only two divisions right now who's elite. It's 155 and 135, two elite divisions. And I'm so proud to be one of the 55er prospects from my gym, you know, so people can't talk shit.
In a perfect world, what is the outcome October 10th when you make your return to LFA against Dedrek Sanders?
Hey, I don't have to say anything. Just tune in, watch my performance on October 10th, only on UFC Fight Pass. I'm going to be main card. And I promise you all, you guys are going to be surprised because if you think last time it was my best performance, this time it's going to be even better and better and better. Watch for my hands, for my elbows, and for my knees. If you want to see grappling, maybe we'll grapple at some point, but I guarantee you guys finish and nothing else.
Absolutely. Well, Dzhamal, man, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to do this. Really excited to see you get back in there and wish you nothing but the best, my friend.
Thanks for your time, bro. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's it for us, Stamp. Carl Prusa, he is Mr. Dzhamal Mavliudov. You can watch him taking on Dedrek Sanders October 10th, LFA 219. Don't miss it, fight fans. Take care.